Hey, welcome into the National Defense. I am Randy Miller, and man, we got a great Christmas show for you today. I mean, this is going to be so fun. You're gonna find out so much. You're gonna thank me. I mean, and by the way, just go ahead and email me now and just say thank you, Randy, for bringing Julie into our lives and our homes, because that's what's going to happen. We have a woman today, Julie Rossi, who is in the military, works to mentor veterans, and you may want her to mentor you, and that's fine too. But and a little surprise at the end. So listen all the way through, because at the end you're going to go, I need something that's going to make my Christmas, and then you're going to have it. Thank you. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Randy.
How are you doing?
Oh, doing fine. Staying busy for sure.
This is, you know what? This is probably my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Don't you love it?
It's great. It's busy, but it's great.
Yeah, and I, you've got a special connection to Christmas, obviously.
Yes.
Can you remember the best Christmas you ever had?
You know, I grew up with 27 first cousins.
27?
27. So my mom was one of 5 and my dad was one of 4. And so we had lots of cousins, and they were Catholics, so they had a lot of kids, you know. And so 27 first cousins. And so we didn't even have to have friends. We just had our cousins. That was it.
Yeah, right.
They were your friends.
Right.
And so
And did you have to buy gifts for all of them?
No, thankfully we would just draw names, and we'd have like one cousin.
Yeah, I mean, at 27, you got to go, let's just say this year, everybody that starts with an H.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I mean, you got to have some kind of a system, right?
Yeah. So, but my grandmother, she did buy gifts for every single one of the kids. I mean, she'd buy like a small gift for every single kid, but she would buy one for every one of them. And so, but they were huge. My grandma lived on a bunch of acreage up in south of St. Joe, up in Agency and near Fawcett. And so we had a lake there. We had, our house kind of overlooked the little pond, I should say.
Right.
And so every Sunday we were up there for dinners and things like that. So when Christmas came around, we were all used to seeing each other every week anyway, and Christmas would just be huge.
Oh man, I can't even imagine that kind of a crowd. I know that when our we had 2 daughters, when they were little, we thought it would be kind of fun, kind of cool to do the 12 days of Christmas. So for 12 days leading up to Christmas, we would get them an individual gift, 12 gifts, and then their Christmas gifts.
Oh, wow.
So we stopped that after the first year because we went bankrupt.
I can imagine.
And had to rely on the kindness of strangers.
Yeah, I have one, and I understand that it's expensive.
It is.
It is really expensive.
And now, see, we're back into that mode because now we have our first granddaughter.
Oh, there you go.
And it's like, I mean, let me just tell you, Julie, what my life is like, what my situation is like. This is how concerned I am about what my wife is ordering, is spending. I got to my house the other day, and there was a UPS truck parked across the street from our driveway with its flashers on. And I thought, well, that's weird. Maybe the guy broke down. Maybe, no. He was just waiting to get down my driveway, but the Amazon truck was blocking his way.
Oh, no. Well, at least the whole truck wasn't for you, right?
Well, I don't know. I only get told a certain amount. And I just know that there are parts of our house that are off limits. Anyway, hey, let's talk about your military career. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what did you do? Now, I want to say Marines?
I was Army.
Army, okay.
I was Army.
Okay.
So with us being, from a large family, so I was the youngest of 5. And so by the time I came around and I got used to my brother and sister calling and begging for, money, I was like, all right, apparently I'm not going to have any money by the time I come around. So I was 16 and I was working at the local pizza place.
16?
I was 16. And so the other main cook that was at the pizza place, he said, hey, I've got a bunch of recruiters coming. I'm joining the Army. I think you should sit in with us. And I was like, what? I never thought about joining the Army. And I'm 16. And
was anybody in your family in a service?
No, my dad, I think, did ROTC, I think, in maybe high school or something like that. And then he had a couple of brothers that were in. Both of them were in World War II, and his brother was in the Navy in World War II.
But you didn't really have like an uncle that encouraged you or anything like that?
No.
You just went to this meeting.
Yeah, I was determined to not be begging all the time for money,
Right,
basically.
right.
And so when they showed up and they were talking about that the delayed entry program would allow me to join at 16, which I did. And so, but they said they would pay for my college. So all I had to do was go
Wow.
in for 2 years.
That's cool.
And they would give me, I think at the time it was like $17,000 to go to college.
Wow.
And so that was back in well, I joined in 83, but I went in 85.
Okay.
And so 17,000 at that time was
Sure.
enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, it
and you're
helped.
not going to make that at the pizza place,
No.
right?
So, so I decided that I would go in, and so I signed up, did like a year and a half in the delayed entry program, and then I went off to Fort Jackson, and I was a diesel mechanic, light wheel vehicle mechanic, 2.5-ton trucks.
Oh wow.
Is what I worked on.
Wow.
And so, so I was at Fort Jackson, and then my permanent party was up in Fort Belvoir, up in near Washington.
Oh
DC.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So I spent about a year and a half there.
So how did you enjoy your time?
You know, I absolutely loved it.
I mean, we talk to people all the time, and you'd be totally candid. You know,
Yeah.
some people say they didn't like their time in the military.
I think by far it was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh wow.
I can't say there wasn't, times that there
Sure.
were some challenges.
Were
Obviously.
you as a woman, obviously? Were special challenges in that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, if we're talking candidly, in the motor pool, here I was, an 18-year-old,
Right.
hardly knew anything because AIT, they give you manuals just to teach you how to troubleshoot things.
Sure.
So that's what I learned how to do. Is we had some manual training, but most of it was just you learned how to look up in your manuals how to troubleshoot. And so the wheels were like bigger than I was even.
Right.
And so some of the guys, they, if I would ask them for help, they
Yeah.
were like, "You signed up for this, you figure it out." And so I'd be
Wow.
like, "Okay," but they would help each other.
That's some tough love.
So I was like,
Yeah.
all right. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to figure some of this out.
Yeah.
And I did. I figured out how to use the dollies and things like that. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, apparently I'm on my own on this, which was kind of good because it taught me how to be
I was just going to say,
independent.
that probably was good because it made you learn those things and made you kind of on down the line, made you
Yeah.
take that approach to everything in your life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, there was about 20 guys or so and me.
Oh, wow.
I was the only female in there. So
Wow.
it was challenging for that reason. But,
Yeah.
I always just really worked hard. And my sergeant always tried to give me accolades for, if I didn't know how to fix something, I would do a lot of research and figure it out. And, he always said how resourceful I was.
And this is before YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, by far. Yes, it was well before that.
Yeah.
But, and then when we would do war training, we would go out to the field, for a week or something like that. Well, I was the top marksman in the company out of like 300 of us.
Really?
And so I was the top expert marksman. And so they trained me to be the sniper. So
Wow.
I would be the one in the back that as my team would move forward, I would have to stay, and hide behind things. And as the other team was coming at us,
Right.
then I would have to shoot them. We would use Miles equipment that, it was electronic. Their vests would go off and, so I'd have kills.
Wow.
And so, so most people don't realize that's probably the number one thing. If I say, I was trained to, to be a sniper, it sounds more exotic than it actually was.
I don't know. I mean, the top shot in your company is pretty strong. I'm sure.
Yeah, people don't make me mad very often.
I was just going to say,
that.
yeah. I hope this interview is going well. Talking to Julie Rossi here of the National Defense, and it really, I think, kind of instilled in you from the little I know, kind of your love, your support for veterans, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about your company a little bit because you've got a very unique company that buys and sells businesses.
Well, we help people buy.
You help people buy.
Yeah, I'm like broker. I'm a broker.
Okay. But you work with veterans, I think.
Yes.
And I know you do some mentorship and things like that. But what a great idea. I mean, hey, you don't have to come out and start a business from scratch. Here's one that's already making money. Why not do it right here, right?
Exactly.
Is that the idea?
Yeah. So if you start up a company, usually about 1 out of 10 make it past 5 years.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to start a company from scratch.
Tell me about it. I had Pickles R Us for, about a year and a half. That didn't take off. And then I did We Will Fold Your Own Napkins. I did that for about 2 years. And then I did, and that also failed. I did horse soccer, and that did pretty well. And then I did, hey, I'll let me wave to your mom, and that didn't take off. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Julie. I mean, it's tough. It's tough when you're trying to design your own business and come up with what you think people might want. I started a company one time called I Will Sit With You, and where I would just go over and just sit with people. And, I enjoyed it, but it didn't really take off.
Yeah.
It's more of a service oriented.
See, I've actually thought about that. I'm like, if somebody would start a company just called I'll be your friend, even if it's a 800 line,
Right.
And you just charge by the minute, and it's all very innocent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shut-ins that don't have opportunities to meet friends.
None of this was innocent.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, no, it was.
but no, I know exactly what you're talking about. And so this way, you take a proven company, you take a veteran who's looking to do something immediately. Well, and that's the other thing you and I kind of talked about too, is we talk to people all the time that are transitioning out, they get their first job, and they are underemployed, right? And it happens all the time. And they might stay in the job like a year and a half, and then that's it.
Exactly.
And so that happens a lot. But this way, it would seem like you can make it as big as you want to, right? As hard as you want to work.
Exactly. So, here, right before COVID hit, I was talking with some people at Leavenworth. They were trying to have a program put into place for exiting veterans to help buy their own businesses. They were helping to set them up to do that and be successful, finding a business already up and running.
And there are different organizations that do that for veterans.
Yeah. And so, but when COVID hit, that particular program got shut down, but they were going to have me be the broker to help them, as they were getting out, even setting up their own business brokerage offices.
Oh, sure.
To help, plant them other places,
right.
To where they could do that and help other people buy and sell companies.
Well, and Julie, I would imagine too, you have to really work with the veteran to find out what their skill sets are.
Yes.
Right. Not just their skill sets, but their passions. So you have to determine, okay, what you did in the military may not translate to this next phase of your life, but what is it you enjoy doing? What is it you like to do? What kind of things do you get from them to determine what they should do?
So we kind of go through, as a buyer, when we work with them, we're like, okay, what is it that you're looking for? You're exiting out of the military. So what kind of activities do you like? Do you like to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5? Do you like to work remotely? Do you like to work? Do you want to have something that's 7 days a week, 3 shifts a day?
Right.
So we need to know what kind of lifestyle that you want, because
that's a great question, because I think everybody's wired differently, right?
They are.
And when you say, do you want to work 7 days a week, 9 to 3? I mean, some people might like that. They may need that.
Well, and so it's funny that we get the comment a lot from buyers. They're like, I just want to make my own hours. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you what your hours are going to be.
Right.
Your hours are 24/7, 7 days a week. It's just 7 days a week.
Sure.
And it's not that you're working all of those hours, but it's always on your mind.
Yeah.
So you're working 24/7.
Well, and you're the last person in charge. I mean, if things are happening and they need some kind of a quick fix or quick solution, the only you say that it's 24/7, unless you run a recording studio. Or I would encourage anybody, whether you're a veteran or not, get a recording studio, because you basically don't work, and you just you're always trying to find ways to get out of work, and I would basically say that's, I think, more or less what I would advise anyway, just in what I've seen. But you're right. Everything else is 24/7.
Yeah. So, and that sounds bad. I find it.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I own my own company. And you're right. And everything. And it was funny when I did a morning radio show, and everything that I would see past that 6 to 10 a.m. window in the rest of my day, all you're thinking about is, how do I include that in my radio show? Because so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so, that's one of the things.
It's a responsibility.
Yeah, that's one of the first things we ask them. What kind of a lifestyle do you want to have? Because if it is that
I want mine to be raucous.
So if it is that you're not a morning person, don't buy a bakery. You're going to be up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we kind of have to know, if you're not a morning person,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lead you towards buying a bakery. If you're not a kid person, I'm not going to suggest a daycare.
Right.
You know, so it all comes down to what kind of employees do you want employees? You might not even want employees.
Oh, right.
You know, and so it's like, if you don't want employees, or if you're not a morning person, or you don't like kids, okay, so let's lead you into the things that are more fit for you as a person.
That's a great.
You know,
that's a
so
great
like a great one, I had a conversation with a potential seller this morning. He's got like a restoration company.
Okay.
And so those are always really good ones,
Yeah.
especially for military. I love it. I'm like, I'm
Yes.
hoping that he lists it with me, because I'm like, this would totally be great for a military person.
It would. It would.
Because they're more hands-on. They understand being out in
Right.
the field. They
More
understand
DIY.
being cold in the middle of the night, might have to react to something, or floods, or
Right.
things like that. So he has more so employees that run it for him now, because he's been doing it for so many years.
You're right.
He's more hands-off now. But I think it would be a great one for military.
That
so
would be. Wow. And think about that for somebody transitioning out. You got a company now that already has employees,
And
already
income.
making money. That's pretty brilliant.
yeah, that's the number one reason why people want to buy businesses. But the funny thing is most people don't even know we exist as brokers. They think they
Yeah,
have to go start a new company.
Right. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Now, what's the name of your company?
Park West Business Partners.
Park West Business Partners.
At PARKWEST.
And where's the
Park
best
West.
place that people can find that information?
Oh, on the website.
Okay.
It even there's a tab on there that even says, here's the process of buying a business.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it even says
Great.
on there how to do that. But the thing is if you're looking to buy one, you can even go out to places like Biz Buy Sell. I think it's BIZ, Biz Buy Sell, Merger Network. Just Google where to find businesses for sale. People don't know these exist.
No.
So you think in real estate, you go out to like realtor.com or one of those, and you can pull up all the houses in your area for sale. They don't realize you can do the same for businesses for sale.
Wow.
And so you go out there and you say, okay, this is the price range I can afford.
Right.
And then you look at the types of businesses that are in your area. And it's all confidential, though. This is the difference between real estate and business brokerage, is that they want everybody to know a house is for sale.
Right.
We can't tell anybody the name of our company for sale. We just have to say, oh, it's a restoration company, but we can't say the name of it
okay.
until you've signed a non-disclosure, because business owners don't want people
What
to know
happens
they're
if you
for
say
sale.
the name of it accidentally?
Well, I don't think I ever have.
Okay.
In 20-something years.
Yeah.
Just because they don't want their employees to know they're for sale.
Oh.
They don't want their customers or their competitors
Sure.
to know that they're for
Sure.
sale. And so you've got to be very careful. You can't even, like when I advertise it, I might just say Kansas City. They won't know it's up north. They won't know it's out south. Or I might put it in a county that's kind of nearby.
Right.
You know, so then I'm getting the right traffic coming in to say, you know, it's kind of near this area.
You know, and it's interesting, Julia, that, I mean, when you think of the myriad of different types of industries, and then you consolidate that to how many businesses are within that industry, I mean, it's pretty much the sky's the limit, right? And some of these places, I mean, I see this a lot of times with radio stations. Somebody will own a radio station, maybe a mom and pop station for 25 years, and you know, they will have gotten out of it what they want to get out of it, and then they'll put it up for sale. And you know, your dream that you've had can be somebody else's dream.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And part of the problem that we've got right now is we're going to have the biggest turnover of businesses we've seen in history because of all the baby boomers.
Oh,
And so
sure.
you've got this
right.
this huge population that is turning their businesses over.
Oh, right.
They don't always have kids that, for one, maybe the kid can't mentally handle what they've got, you know, in this.
And sometimes the kids don't want it.
They just don't
I've
want
got
it.
some good friends of ours that have a very well-established steakhouse in Kansas City that's been here for 80 some years, and they always just thought the kids would take it over. Kids that want nothing to do with it. I mean, they've been working in the business, you know, all their lives, so it's like I'm done.
They don't want to own it.
Yeah.
So we're finding that to be the case, that a lot of times kids don't want it, or the parents need to retire, and so they need the kid to buy it. Well, it might be a $2 or $3 million business, and the child doesn't have $400,000 to put down.
Sure. Yeah.
And so if the child can't buy it, and they say, "Well, Dad, I want you to finance it for me," and he's like, "I've got to have my money to live on retirement."
Right.
You know,
Sure.
I've got something like that right now with an automobile repair shop. He's like, I can't sell it to my kids because they can't afford it, but I have to have my money so I can live off of it in retirement.
Yeah.
And so he can't just own or finance it. And so that means we've got all these businesses turning over. You know, that's more often the case than not. And
Yeah, this is fascinating. We're talking to Julie Rossi here on the National Defense. And I mean, all of these businesses, are you concerned at all about AI? Now, and the reason I ask that is if I were looking to buy a business or get into some different industry, I would want to make sure that AI couldn't do it for me.
yes.
You know?
Yes. No, I think that's a very good point that a lot of the businesses that I'm selling are more so either hands-on. I just sold a plumbing company. I've sold HVAC company. I really try to encourage young people now. It's not even always about college anymore. If you can get into the trades.
Oh, that's what
AI
we say all the time.
Can't come out and plunge a toilet. It can't replace a sewer system.
Well, and the thing I think that sometimes people miss about the trades is, hey, first of all, you're going to make a great living in the trade. I mean, great. And then you'll have a skill that you can use for your own life for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
I think that's fantastic. Just like HVAC or plumbing or any of that. I mean, if you working on cars, and I think that's where you're safer getting into something like that, that AI can't just replace you. Right?
Exactly. Well, and even like with me having been, working on 2.5-ton trucks, now the Japanese engines now that we have are nothing like the 2.5-ton truck engine.
Sure.
But the skill set is translatable.
Sure.
You just have to learn how to plug in the system and let it do the troubleshooting for you. And so, so if a military person is coming out and they have the skills of knowing how mechanics work, they could come in and buy an automobile repair shop.
Yeah.
Those are for sale. Those are not uncommon. The oil changing stations, all of that. The number one thing, though, that I always tell people, get your finances in order ahead of time.
Yeah.
Every business, it doesn't matter what kind it is, it all comes down to how it's financed.
And so
number one.
Do they also get some help from other organizations sometimes as far as?
Not generally.
No.
So, like with houses, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac are the insuring backers of the mortgages.
Right.
So the SBA is kind of the backing for the banks that loan money to buy businesses.
Right.
And so most of the time, an individual is going to buy something with an SBA loan.
Okay.
More often than not. They might even have a house that they've got pretty good home equity in or something like that. So that might happen. I have done that before. I've bought a business on my home equity line. So, but most of the time, it's going to be the SBA backed loans. So they can go through like Wells Fargo, their own bank, or some of those. But number one, you have to keep your credit score up. I always tell military people, a year or two before you're getting out, make sure your taxes are paid up, make sure your credit score is good, and then start saving some back because they're going to have between 10 to 15% down.
And then I will say that once they have bought the business, once you are a veteran-owned business, there are grants out there, and there are a lot of organizations that want to support you.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. Now, I found that quite a bit too, is that even being a business broker, that's one of the first things I lead with is that a veteran and female-owned business.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so I do have a lot, especially if it's another military person wanting to sell their business.
Right.
It really does help if you're a veteran. I think people respect that.
That's interesting.
Quite a bit.
That's interesting. So you were in the military. You work with veterans, and then on top of all of this, I mean,
I'm busy.
here's the surprise.
Oh, not the surprise yet, though.
No,
We're doing the housing, right?
the what?
The landlord piece.
Yes. Oh, yes. No, wait.
No surprise yet.
No surprise yet. No surprise. Yeah. In addition to all of that, you're also a house flipper, and you've got what 23?
23 rentals.
23 properties.
Yes.
I mean, that's something else that veterans would just fit right
Yes.
into.
Yes, and I probably mentor on that even more so than on business.
Okay.
Because a lot of people will call me to say, hey, I don't know how to get into the rental business or the flipping business. And so I'll spend hours on the phone with people, and I do this for free. I don't charge people to help
Yeah.
them do these things.
Yeah.
And so they'll call me and they'll say, hey, I want to get into this. And so I'm always like, okay, again, your credit score, that has to be good. You have to have some money down initially. So how I got into it is I saved up enough money to have $25,000 down for my first flip.
Okay.
And so when I flipped that one, I made an additional profit of $25,000. And so I took that money and bought
Just kind of snowballed.
Yeah, I bought a fourplex duplex through owner financing. I had a guy who wanted to retire, but he wanted to keep the money coming in, so he owner financed me.
Oh.
And so that one started cash flowing enough that I got my money back, and then I saved up enough to buy the next one. And so I just kept saving up
Yeah.
money, and I didn't take money out for quite a while because the first 4 or 5, you're not going to make an income off of them very well for quite a while.
Okay.
So you've got to build up to probably 6, unless you can pay cash for them. Most people, I don't even recommend people paying cash for them.
Yeah. Why?
Buy 3 or 4 versus if you have $100,000,
Right.
you can buy 3 with that.
Right.
Why would you buy 1 with that instead of 3 with that?
But if you've already got Park Place, don't you want Boardwalk?
Oh, exactly.
I mean, I'm not telling you how to do your job. How important is it, Julie, to be able to work on these properties? Because I've seen a lot of people get into house flipping, and they spend more paying somebody to work on them than they do make money.
See, now I'm going to disagree with that.
Yeah.
The reason why, I know there's a lot of people out there that will work on it themselves, but the amount of time it takes them to work on it themselves, all that time you could have either been renting it or you could have had it flipped by then. Time is money.
Okay.
And so when I see a lot of people who do the work themselves, unless they have an actual company like a restoration company that they can do it themselves,
Right.
or a remodeling company or something, that's a different case. But for most people like me, I've got my same contractors that I use all of the time. And so I built a model that I've got the same, the same flooring person, the same,
Oh, that's good.
remodeling person, the same painters. They are on every single job.
And are they
I've got.
available?
Yeah,
Because
in Kansas City, they're all up north in Kansas City.
yeah, but I mean, you got to be available. Somebody comes up with a rental problem,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And so, but they work with me on that because,
great.
and one of my main contractor, he is a veteran as well.
Oh, wow.
And so,
That's great.
yes. And so he started a remodeling company. But, and so I just call him and I say, hey, this isn't a very big job right here, but he knows that I'm going to give him 2 or 3 decks this year, or I'm going to refer him 10 other jobs to other people. So he'll just run over and sometimes just do it for free because he knows that I take care of him really well.
Can I get his number?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, that's fantastic.
We call him Working Machine Gene. I name him all.
Working Machine Gene, I love it.
I name
love
them
it.
all. Yeah.
Now, so how do people find out about that information? What's the best place to?
So, you have to really search for if you want to get into flips or if you want to get into renting. Renting.
I'm just talking to you about it.
Yeah. You've got my number, my email, or whatever.
Yeah.
You're
and we'll put that on the
yeah,
website.
Yeah, if they want to just talk to me and say, hey, I would love to do this. As long as I'm not overwhelmed, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, yeah.
So, spread them out.
And all they may just need point me in the right direction kind of
Exactly,
thing,
exactly.
So that's great.
And that's something they can do before they even get out. If they get back in their hometown, if where they know they're going to move to, they can buy it like 3 or 4 ahead of time, start building it. So when they get home, now all of a sudden they've got 3 or 4 that are already cash flowing.
Oh, wow.
So they've got an income by the time they
Right.
get home. Start
Right.
preparing a year ahead of time, get some houses and get a property
Yeah.
manager. And then they come home and they're already ready with them.
And they, depending on how long they've been in the military, you've been socking some money back. I mean,
Hopefully.
what a great way to invest that, right?
It is. It is. It's a long-term play. Rentals are a long-term play. That's
Sure.
not an immediate
Sure.
thing. So, but they can buy a business, and that's the beauty about owning your own business.
Yeah.
You can buy houses. Well, you can leave during the day, go check on your rental property, and come back.
It's what you do.
Exactly.
That's great.
I work both of them.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, well, it makes me maybe think I've done nothing with my life. So thank you.
You're
Julie.
welcome.
All right, now the surprise.
Yeah. See,
You ready?
owning my own business, I have time to do a lot of fun, creative things.
Yes, yes, especially around Christmas.
Yes.
And you had written a song
Yes.
that is now recorded.
Yes.
The video's coming along,
Yes.
and it's all about bonking. isn't it?
Well, maybe we should preface what that is.
Maybe not.
We'll wait for the after hours show for that one.
No, so, well, I'm glad you brought some props here because this is, it's such an easy way to explain this song.
Yes.
First of all, the song is called Bonk.
The bonk song.
The Bonk song.
Yes.
And specifically bonking around Christmas.
Yes.
And as Julie explained this to me, that when you take the wrapping paper and you use all the wrapping paper, what do you do? What do you do with these? You bonk people. You immediately just bonk. Start bonking people. Or you, as I like to do this with my dog. I'll get my dog and I'll just go, "Hey, Wags, how you doing?" He hates it.
When people sword fight.
Oh,
They sword
and
fight.
of course, and sword
They sword
fighting, of
fight with
course, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually quiz people from around the world. From Japan, they samurai fight with them there. So,
Oh,
they
I bet they
corrected
do.
me. It's samurai fight with them.
You can
But
put a laser on this thing. It could be Star Wars.
that was the other thing. They said they'll use it as a lightsaber.
Yeah.
So I've gotten from India, England, China, Japan, Australia, Austria. All of them say the same thing. I said, "Hey, what do you do with these things?" They all said, "Lightsaber, sword fight, toot into it like a horn, or they bonk somebody on the head or on the bottom with it." Depends on how close you are with the person.
That's true.
So, but yeah, so everybody I've always asked, and at first you were kind of like, "Well, I mean, I just throw it away or whatever." And I was like, "No, hang on. Before you throw it away,
Right.
what do you do with
I
that?"
had to think about it for a second because I didn't know if anybody else did that.
Everybody does.
You know,
Everybody bonks.
I thought I was a secret bonker, but apparently not.
Everybody bonks.
So, Julie, how long did it take you to write this song?
Oh, like 15 minutes.
Wow.
Believe it, I didn't write the music in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But the lyrics themselves, I was laughing. So it came up that, I just was wrapping some stuff and the tube had fallen on the ground. So I
Right.
picked it up and, bonked some friends as they were walking by. And I was like, why is it everybody does that? And I realized that I started asking
know what
around,
would be fun?
everybody does that.
You know what would be fun?
What?
We should go just bonk some strangers. just to see what happens. I guess you got to be careful about that, though.
Well, it depends on where you bonk them,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
What part of town you mean? Well, we're going to play the song for you, and it's such a fun song. It's
Yeah.
such a fun song, and I know that you had a good time making it. Now, who are the singers and the musicians?
So our Andy here, our wonderful
Oh,
sound
Andy
engineer, he was the
Occident, who owns Soundwork Studio, where this is being recorded, is responsible for.
he was the sound engineer on it.
He's a sound engineer.
Fabulous.
Did he play any instruments on the thing?
Well, I think he did some of the sound effects with it.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
and so
Keep him away from the instruments.
So Jamie Gunn, she was our lead singer. She's a professional singer, and she sings down in Branson. So we were looking for somebody who could
Is
sing.
she with the bald knobbers?
I don't think so. I don't
Are
think
you
so.
with the bald knobbers, sir? No, but she's pretty good.
She's very good. And so
She sounds great on the song.
we were looking for somebody that could have that southern twang.
Yeah.
And
yes.
so we hired her to be the lead singer of the chorus parts.
Right.
Because it's also a dance song.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
if you've
talk
read
about
about-
that. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no, and I didn't know this until you told me. There is no Christmas dance.
There's not. There's no songs out there as a Christmas dance song, like a Macarena to a
Right.
Christmas
I
song.
was just going to say Macarena. Yeah.
Yeah, we have never found a Christmas song that has a dance component to it. And so we made it's kind of like a bunky to the left, a bunky to the right.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. And so there's a dance component to it. And so, which makes it even funnier because you've got the bonk tube,
Right,
while you're doing the
right.
dance. And so we had to find somebody kind of Southern, a little bit more like twangish. And so, can I tell a little bit about the history of the virtual 3D animated band that
Sure.
actually we say sings it?
Yes.
So, because it has to do with the military. So, me being prior military, is that we came up with this 3D animated band called the Beboppers,
The Beboppers.
which you can find it at the Beboppers on
like
all
that.
social media platforms.
I like that.
And hashtag the bonk song to hear it, the bonk song on all streaming. So, but the Beboppers is a band made up of Grandpa Harold, Granny C, Grandma Carol, and Old Sam. So Granny C is the guitar player, and Grandpa's the drums, and Sam is the upright bass.
Sounds like the old Chuck E. Cheese band.
Yeah, kind of.
You know.
So, but the backstory with this is that they actually were in the USO in World War II.
Oh, wow.
And so they're a USO band, and that's where they met.
Oh, they're a real band.
Well, no, there are 3D animated
Oh, I got you.
characters.
Oh, so but
that
their
we've come up with.
backstory is
The backstory is that
okay.
they were in the USO in World War II.
Oh.
And so that's where they met, got married, moved back to Kansas City, and that he became a greeting card writer because he was a great lyricist in the band.
Right.
And so Hallmark Cards is here in Kansas City, so we obviously chose that he worked for Hallmark Cards.
Yeah.
And so they raised a family here, and so like the backstory is his whole life, he always tried to put out songs, and just nothing really took for him.
Right.
And near the end of his life, they were always big on Christmas, and their family was always using these bonk tubes, even when he was little. So the first chorus the first verse is about when he was little. He saw somebody under his tree, and he ran up and grabbed the tube and bonked the man on the behind. And he turned in surprise to see Santa's eyes, and he's like, "Oh, coal's in my stocking. Why did I do the bonking?"
Right.
So he bonked Santa on the bottom.
Yeah, that's that. You don't bonk Santa.
You don't bonk Santa
Yeah.
because he got coal in his stocking.
Sure.
So then, he has his family. So at the end of his life, he's 75. That's not the end of your life.
Yeah.
But and so he's come up with this song called the Bonk Song, and so it got viral because his granddaughter was a local DJ. So she puts it on the radio.
That's good.
And it goes huge, and so the local TV station picks it up.
That's
so
great.
they come to film it, and so it's their whole family doing the Bonk Song
That's
and
great.
dancing to it and singing the Bonk Song. So eventually, we're hoping that we can turn it into a whole musical.
So, oh, wow.
But this is the end of the musical.
But what a great,
is the song.
Great story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, great storyline. Great whole family can participate in. You know,
Grandparents, grandkids.
yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I've been told this more than once now because our granddaughter's coming in for Christmas and she just turned 1, and they said, you know, all you need to entertain her is this.
Exactly.
Then why did we buy all the toys?
Well, so we thought about just even decorating and selling the tubes because
Yeah.
and it's so funny. That's what they love to play with. That
Merch.
and the Quaker Oats can. You know what I mean? The little
Yeah.
thing that they drum with.
Right.
So we've thought about, and we can't think of a single other product out there that people play with like that. Maybe
Right.
bubble wrap.
Yeah. Well, you get in trouble with bubble wrap, even, you know,
So,
depending.
but yeah, I'm like, where else in the world that you can go anywhere and they all play with something like that the same
That
way?
is so
It's really so funny.
That's so funny.
So that's how we came up with it.
Well, you all did a great job on the
Oh,
song.
thanks. Oh, you asked me who sang. So
Yes.
So Jamie did the chorus part, and then my friend Joe that co-wrote with me. He did all of the music. He played all the positions, the
Oh,
drum,
wow.
the guitar, and
And is he real? Is he a real
Yes,
human
he is
being?
real.
Okay. Not 3D.
As long as I know, he's
Yeah,
real.
as far as
as far as I know.
Yeah.
So he did Grandpa Harold. He sang that, and then he did all of the musical parts.
That's cool.
And I think his favorite was literally just ringing the jingle bells that Andy gave him.
Yeah.
And because he kept bragging about, he's like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I played the jingle bells." I'm like, "You're a guitar, bass, drum player, and keyboard.
More cowbell.
And you're more excited about the jingle bells than anything else."
Well, you know, I just saw a piece on TV talking about what made certain Christmas songs classics.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that at all?
I didn't
It was
see
on
that.
CBS Sunday Morning. And there are some things, I mean, this is like they've researched to see what made these great Christmas songs not only last forever, but made them big hits. You know what one of the components is?
What?
Sleigh bells.
Really?
I kid you not.
That's
I
so
kid you
funny.
not. Yeah, and there's certain chords, major chords, minor chords that go along with that, and of course Santa and snow and Christmas tree. I mean, there's so many components, but that was one of the components is sleigh bells.
That's
like
so funny.
they had like the top 10 songs, and they said you can hear sleigh bells in each and every one of those.
Well, that's how our song actually starts off. That's how you know, like, our song's coming on. You hear it ding, 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 you know, the sleigh bells to start.
Well, I'm sure Andy probably advised you on that because he's produced.
He is pretty awesome.
He's produced
He is
many
pretty
hits in
awesome.
the studio, and
Yeah.
then there's our show. But no, that's exciting stuff. What has been the reaction from your friends, from family?
Yeah. So no, we've really had great feedback. I would say the ones that even seem the most excited about it are the grandparents.
Really?
Because I think it just really hits and resonates with them, thinking about grandkids and them just growing up all these years. Because the backstory, especially, just thinking about all the years going through when they had little kids and then they had grandkids and when they were a kid. They just love it. They're like, oh man, I just love that tune.
That's so cool.
And it gets stuck in your head. It's one of those earworms.
It does get, I was going to tell you about that. I can't get it out of my head.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
So that and kids. So grandkids and the grandparents, they seem to, those are the two that really love it a bunch.
It's such a fun song. It's such a fun melody. The words are great. And then you said it's on all streaming platforms?
It is on all streaming. As you can hashtag the bonks song and find it there. We've actually, in the first 24 hours, we just released it over the week. In the first 24 hours, we've already had 20,000 views.
Oh, wow.
So it's taken
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
That is so
we have
good.
A great team on
and
it.
It's one of those songs that cuts through, too, and that's hard to find. It's hard to find music that just cuts absolutely.
It's silly and fun. And I think it's a little bit like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Right, yeah.
It's a little bit like that. So it's just silly and fun. And I think right now, things are so hard in the world.
Oh, I know.
Just always bad news when you turn it on. And to just have something come
People are so serious. Yes. They're so serious.
Yes.
Stop being so serious.
You need to go out and do more bunking.
Have some fun, Andy.
Go bunking.
Do something. I mean,
somebody on the
you know
head.
what? That no kidding you. That is, have some fun. Have some fun. That is true, though. I think more, if people had more fun in their life, you just meet people. I meet people sometimes that they're almost joyless. And that's so sad to me because it's so easy to kind of turn your mindset around, I would think, but I've never been serious in my life, so.
So my partner Joe, that was on this with me, he and I both just decided that we want this out there just because we want to bring back good, strong family, happy, joyous Christmases and playing together and having fun together.
Yes.
How long has it been since we've had just pure fun together?
Right. I mean,
everybody's sitting on their phones.
When's the last time you played Naked Twister?
Do I have to say?
Talk about family. Talk about family fun.
I'm joking. It's been a while.
Well, it's been great to have you on the program. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you for your service and everything that you're doing for veterans. It's fantastic. And again, just mention your website so that people can check that out.
So for the bonks or for the businesses?
Just the easiest one to get a hold of you.
Oh, sure. So if you go to parkwestbusinesspartners.com, that'll have my information on there. I mean, I'll talk to them about houses. I'll talk to them about businesses, any of those. If they just want to reach out to me and say, hey, I'd love to, at least just bend your ear. And I'm always willing to help. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And we'll also have everything on the screen for you as far as how to contact and how to, even if maybe you don't know how to bonk people. That's another idea, Joey, like an instruction guide. I do have an instructional video. Do you? Well, it's a video that you'll see me doing the dance. I mean, it's kind of silly, and I've got on my frosty hat and everything, and a bunch of these silver pearls, and I'm all decked out. But so I show the whole dance and things like that. So it's out there. Great. And I did sing Granny C, the grandma part. Yes. Andy was kind enough to age up my voice. Hopefully he did, and not just let me use my own voice to sound that bad. But I think he aged it up a little bit. Oh, man, this is fun. Well, check it out. And we will be right back here on the National Defense.
Hey, folks, Charlie here with KBNK Radio. Grab your Christmas tubes and let's hit it. Bonk, 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 you on Christmas. 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 I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn and then I'll start a sword fight. Get it, Grandpa. Oh, on Christmas Eve, heard a bell shatter. Saw a man in red, there was so much clatter. Grabbed the first tool that I could find. Was the paper tube, so I bonked the man's behind. I jumped in surprise to see Santa's eyes. Coals in my stocking, oh, why'd I do the bonking? Bonk, 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 you on Christmas. 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 I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn, then I'll start a sword fight. Time to turn it up. Round two with
Chelsea mover too. Stole one out from his denim jeans of blue. I grabbed his second sword and I bonked him out cold. Next thing you know, we got kids of our own.
Bonk, 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 you on Christmas. 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 I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn and then I'll start a sword fight.
Hey, y'all, don't just stand there. Grab a tube and come on in.
Grandma and Grandpa jumped in with glee. Children laughing, what a sight to see. Been years since they fought with the tube. Had to show the kids they still knew what to do. On guard they called for a fence and brawl. Young and old fighting, short and tall. Bonk, 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 you on Christmas. 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 I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn and then I'll start a sword fight. Bonk, 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 you on Christmas. 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 I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn and then I'll start a sword fight.
Get on your feet, let's bonk out a beat. Get on your feet, let's bonk out a beat.
I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn and then I'll start a sword fight. Bonk,
What?
bonk, bonk, you on
Y'all are
Christmas.
still here?
Bonk, bonk,
Well,
bonk,
Merry
you on
Christmas. And don't forget,
Bonk,
you only bonk the ones you love. Ho, ho,
You on
ho.
Christmas. I'll bonk you to the left and I'll bonk you to the right. I'll toot it like a horn and then I'll start a sword fight.
RandyMillerRadio.com